afternoon, cool evening, and cool night. I don't know why I did that upcoming shit. Talking about some up and coming. Nope, I'm already live. I hate when they do that because people would get stuck in that live. But I hope everybody cool. It is hot like a motherfucker right now. You know, y'all probably hear the fan. Hold on, let's see. Hope everybody cool. Just turned the phone off. I had the phone. Fuck YouTube, burning hell. My baby. Now I gotta share this community post, and hopefully somebody come through. So then you already know what it is. It's the HHN special report, and let's play a couple tracks real quick. We're gonna play the new track, play some new tracks. Let's go. HHN special report.
Phenom Rogue One Productions.
Baby girl, twerk that ass. Baby girl, throw it back. Baby, do it for the bag. Say it's throwing up the cash. Baby girl, twerk that ass. Baby girl, throw it back. Baby, do it for the bag. Say it's throwing up the cash. Baby girl, twerk that ass. Yeah, I made it here at last. Seeing women walking past. Time to pull out the cash. Baby girl, shake that ass. Girl, I'm paying for the dance. Girl, you got me in the trance. Hit me with her sexy glance. Now we get into the trap. Private party, get the slap. All these bitches looking bad. About to get one from the back. Baby girl, give me that. Let to take it to my pad. Going all in that land. She was ready for the splash. Baby girl, twerk that ass. Baby girl, throw it back. Baby, do it for the bag. Say it's throwing up the cash. Baby girl, twerk that ass. Baby girl, throw it back. Baby, do it for the back. Say it's throwing up the cash. Baby girl, twerk that ass. Now I'm fresh about the lab. About to get back to the bag. She was in the S class. Busy up, it's time to dash. Oh, they anyway, driving fast, about to go pick up a stash. Hit the rash from the back, gotta put it on the track. All the ladies on the floor, drop that ass, drop it low. Baby, you know how it go. Baby girl, twerk that ass while I'm throwing up the cash. Everybody have a blast, tell the girl to twerk it fast. Baby girl, twerk that ass. Baby girl, throw it back. Baby, do it for the bag. Say it's throwing up the cash. Baby girl, twerk that ass. Baby girl, throw it back. Baby, do it for the back. Say it's throwing up the cash. Baby girl, twerk that ass. Baby girl, throw it back. Baby, do it for the bag. Say it's throwing up the cash. Baby girl, twerk that ass. Baby girl, throw it back. Baby, do it for the bag. Say it's throwing up the cash. Baby girl, twerk that ass.
Chilling till you take that nap. It's 12:50. It's about nap time. 12:50. Motherfucking nap time be like, I wish I could take a fucking nap. Like, I'm just happy that my phone back. You know, I don't know when I'm gonna take a nap. I'm not even sure that I might take one, but nope, I'm about to get high, I'm about to get lit, I'm upset. Well, I'm trying to calm down. My phone just came back and it kind of like, like interfering phone calls I needed to make. You know, on some important shit. But everything is cool now. My phone is back, but still though, like I missed out on some fucking money today. So it's like, so I'm heated, fucking heated. I missed out on some bread today. Because his phone, the phone ain't shit. His phone ain't shit. And it's the whole motherfucking it's the whole goddamn company. It's the fucking company, not my branch that I pay my phone bill at. It's the fucking headquarters itself. They need to fix their fucking shit. And plus, I got a feeling that it's the fucking government that did it, because like they're about to implement this new shit. We're gonna do a HHN mixed with Star Trek. I'm gonna try to get through this. I'm gonna you know I hope that my shit don't fuck up, because like I just turned this shit off, turned it back on. Everything should be cool. My phone not hot, but it seems like whenever I either go live on YouTube live or StreamYard, for some reason the shit gets super fucking hot. I'm not trying to risk my shit blowing up in my fucking hand. I'm not risking it. So you know, and like plus the hot weather don't make it no fucking better. You know, I'm trying to I'm just trying to calm down, because I was in that phone store for a fucking hour. For a fucking hour. Motherfuckers act like they don't know what the fuck it do. But a chick last month went behind a computer, did some shit, like asked for my phone. I fucking gave it to her. She did some shit, gave my phone back, and said wait 5 minutes, and I was back online. These motherfuckers calling headquarters, talking to 3 different people. I was thinking to myself, like, is these motherfuckers putting some spyware in my fucking phone? Waiting here for about an hour to shit, man. It's heated about that. Much love to Vanta. Much love to my goddess, my UK correspondent. Trying to calm down, trying to, you know, I'm just trying to calm down, because I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of all this shit. I'm tired. It's just like, goddamn, you know, and then, and sooner or later, you know, like a motherfucker's gonna start killing people in a minute. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Y'all just took away our freedom of speech and freedom of expression. It's over. It's fucking over. Y'all ready to hear this?
Address the elephant in the room and ask ourselves, can we even save the internet at this point after the Kids Act being passed within the House of Representatives yesterday within the United States? For those that have no idea what this is, let me give you a brief rundown. Basically, the Kids Act is a dozen or so bills compiled into one act that was basically voted on yesterday within the United States, and it passed within the House of Representatives. And within these dozens of bills, you have the Kids Online Safety Act, you have the Screen Act, and a bunch of other things that I've talked about on the channel in the past year. Basically, a doomsday scenario for the internet, to where everybody will have to either issue an ID just to access, let's say, Wikipedia or the weather app, or you'll have to biometric scan yourself in some shape or form. Basically, browsing the internet will no longer be private. You will no longer be anonymous. You will have to have your face pretty much attached to every single site just to access the internet. This is a horrifying scenario for obvious reasons in terms of privacy risk, but also your data leaking and data breaches and people in harm's way. But it's not just that. We've already seen this situation unfold within other countries, especially in the last year. A very good example of this is the UK. As we know, the UK already passed a law that was basically the equivalent to what passed yesterday with the United States House of Representatives, the Kids Act. They have a law. They basically try to restrict kids from accessing the internet. They like to use the slogan, think of the children, protect the children, but we know for a fact it is anything but that, because with recent allegations and scandals that have come out of the UK alone just in the last month, with, for instance, the rape gangs, 250,000 individuals, victims that were just
150,000 things and shit, but swept that shit under the rug. We care about children. Don't talk about the immigrants. We gonna fuck those motherfuckers up in the UK too, Vanta. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait till we get over there. For real, for real. And the lawyer sent out the man on wow, no shit is draining your energy, because you played the waiting game. You did your motherfucking shit. I'll be pissed too. I'll be angry too. You gotta wait till 7 to 11 business days. They wait on day 7 to really fucking get it. Get the fuck out of here. These motherfuckers know what the fuck they doing. Motherfucker to go crazy, let it go, and be like, man, fuck all y'all. I'm about to just rob y'all niggas. That's what they want, but strong, you patient, you got this, Jordan. Me, I'm the one that got a motherfucker really grind and get the shit out the fucking mud. Literally out the mud. But you good. And I wish I was in the lawsuit. My city's so goddamn poor and The insurance companies are all fraudulent. This is why we live in the second worst place to drive in. They factor in everything. We can't trust nobody, not even insurance companies. If your insurance company ain't Blue Cross, Blue Shield, or like some other high-ranking motherfucker that you see on the fucking news, you know, like you gotta question this shit, because like some motherfuckers do insurance offices outside of their garage or their house, or they rented out a small little office space inside of a building. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be careful. Fuck the bullshit and fuck my phone provider on some real shit. It ain't even the branch. It's the actual headquarters. It's the actual fucking headquarters. It's like I'm the captain of a goddamn ship, but Starfleet got fucked up communications. How the fuck I'm gonna communicate with my people?
Care at all. They're more concerned about basically censoring you and knowing what you're doing. It's very obvious, and they're not really even trying to hide it at this point, that the UK, when they were trying to use the slogan, think of the children and protect the children, it was just about restricting adults' rights, restricting what you say, your politics, and how you feel about certain things and what the government is doing. That's basically the entire point of it. They ushered in pretty much the entirety of
it's thanks to Vonta that I haven't. On some real shit, I'm ready to leave. I could have been a lot more angrier than Vonta. Reminding, it's outside of my control. I know the truth. There's no reason to be positive if my nervous system is out of whack. I'm gonna go with the flow. If I'm angry, I'm gonna let that shit out. If I'm sad, I'm gonna let it out, because my nervous system is gonna see me faking. You can be positive all day, but your nervous system, like, nigga, stop lying to yourself and don't lie to others. If you mad, let that shit the fuck out. Put it in a song, put it in the artwork, cuss somebody out that deserve it. Don't give a fuck. Let it out. Because if you don't, you're gonna give yourself heart disease. I'm gonna let this shit the fuck out. But don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with staying positive, but even the wise man know, sometimes, man, that positive shit don't fucking work. That positive shit don't work. You could be, nah. The best thing for a positive motherfucker to do is to get the fuck out the room, or get the fuck out the area. But notice that a person is trying to be like, look, I'm gonna try to be positive, I'm gonna try to get through that. I can bring. It's just being myself. It's like, look, I'm angry, but I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to do the right thing, man. But like, at the end of the day, I don't really like all this shit. Fuck it all. It's best that I'm honest. Because you watch people that did that positive shit all day. Positive, just to snap way worse than me, because they was holding in all that rage, holding in all that sadness, holding in all that pain, just trying to fight positive. No. You got to address what you're going through, sit down with it, fight with it, talk with it, whatever, and then overcome it. It may take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 15 minutes, however it goes. You may have to just talk to a person, like, a person that, in your comfort circle, shit. But yeah, that's what kind of this spot is for. This is for all of us to get our frustrations out against the government, against tyranny, against prime ministers. You know what I'm saying? This is why You know, it's like people gravitate to this because people know we need this anger to you know. But when it comes to everyday life, everyday situations, I understand it's best to stay positive, man. But like at the same time, people don't understand the toll that shit takes on us if we doing the right thing for a long period of time and we're playing the waiting game. Other motherfuckers supposed to already get their shit done. We gotta wait on some slow, lazy motherfucker or a motherfucker that don't care. We gotta wait on them? Nah, fuck that. This why niggas get busted upside their head. Like if I did my job, you do your job. So we can come meet in the middle and make the transaction, make the exchange or whatever. But no, people want to make shit difficult and make motherfuckers go crazy. And plus another thing that pisses me off too, they know we trying to stay positive. So they want to find any way to press some buttons. They know what buttons to press too. And I'm like, press the button and watch what happens. I'm going to break your fucking finger. Press the button, what happens, watch you get shot in the face. Press the button and watch me be quiet. And you're going to think that, oh shit, Hurricane quiet, he gone, what the fuck going on? Yeah, because when I really get quiet, when I don't say shit, if I disappear, that's when something is wrong. Think in, something is wrong. Hurricane gone. But you know, I digress.
Knowing what you're doing at any given time in the UK and also within the EU. We've seen the damage this causes, and it's become a rule that basically if we allow the stuff within the UK to fester and we don't get vocal about this, it will affect everyone else around the entire world, which it is obviously happening. We have seen multiple different countries, multiple different forms of governments, and different companies try to implement their own version of age verification. Discord is a very good example in this case that is trying to implement age verification globally, by the way, not just within the UK, not just within the EU, but globally try to implement age verification. And the reason for this is because obviously they're getting ahead of the curve, getting ahead of all these laws that are being put into place to basically remove privacy and you being anonymous on the internet completely off the table. And so that gets into the situation with the Kids Act that was passed within the House of Representatives yesterday. So basically the Kids Act is something that fundamentally is very similar to what the UK and the EU has done in the last year. It is basically opening.
Yep, I could go back to the video games, but I want to record it. But since the YouTube want to fuck up and it won't let me, you know, like record like what I'm trying to show y'all on some struggle streaming shit, you know, it's just like, you know, I haven't played the game in a minute. You know, I would love to get back to my shooting game. I'd love to get back to it. But it's like I want to record, but it's gonna be all pixelated. It's gonna look like pixels and shit. And you know, and it just takes the motherfucking, you know, it takes the fun away. You know, but like it shouldn't be doing nothing now, but you know, but like if they cut me off of my live and all this shit, it's just like, you know, like fuck it. I might try again later. I'll try it again later, but you know, but otherwise if it start looking pixelated, I'm gonna just end the live and say fuck it. You know, at first everything was pretty cool and then just start getting all pixelated and shit. I'm like, man, fuck this game. Real shit. I'd rather play a real video game with a female. The video game in the bedroom, something real, something tangible, something I can touch. That's what I want to do. That's what I really need. You can play the PlayStation in the bed, baby. Yeah. I feel you. I do got to get back to the Resident Evil. Got to get back to the Max Payne. I got to get back to Bayonetta 2 on my other system. Yeah, but I still got Borderlands 3, but I just don't like how the shit pixelated. You know, because I want to share my experience. But do I just chill to myself, man? But nah, it ain't the same no more. It's just like, you know, like yes, I would, you know, chill with myself. You know, if I bought a new game for like a new system, but it's like it's been a minute. Games ain't hitting the same no more. You know, you know, like I still play my classics, but it ain't the same no more. I need real human interaction. You know, it's like like whenever I get to a game, it's like I'm done with everything. Like I'm not drawing, I'm not rapping, I'm not working on the live. You know, like I fuck with a game when I'm really, really, really not doing anything else. You know, and and I'm focused on it. So like, it gotta be one of them days when I'm just like, I just feel like shooting. Feel like, but otherwise I kind of got a mindset like there's more other things that's important type shit. Like I gotta get this news, I gotta talk to you, it's like like games used to be cool when I was in high school, but like the moment I got on my own at 17, it wasn't really the same no more. It was like pussy or a video game. I'm gonna go with the pussy for 1,000. I just left home on my 17, staying with a female. I'm not about to think about no fucking video game. I gotta be grown now. It's time to go out here and try to get a goddamn job. I'm on my own now. Fuck a video game, on some real shit. And it was at 17, there was the moment where like it really left. I got my own crib and I got myself. Everybody got the newer shit. I got the generation before it. I'll take it. But let me get back to it so I can get to the starter shit.
The door to where the government and different politicians can use that to slowly strip away your personal rights, rip away the ability to be private, rip away the ability for you to be able to be anonymous on the internet. And let's actually get into what this Kids Act actually does, which this individual here, Hannibal 999, actually outlines some of the very shady nature of what was put into the Kids Act that is going to be used to basically rip away your freedoms and ability to say whatever you want online. So let's start off with, the pictures. I'm going to just showcase the pictures. I'm going to just show all of them. You can pause the video if you want to look for yourself. And but we're going to get into the actual shows you the real intention on page safety as a vehicle to expand government control over the internet, normalize surveillance and verification systems, and create a regulatory framework that can be expanded to adults later. That's a big detail, very similar to what basically the UK did when they passed their Online Safety Act. One section that lifts the mask, basically making the whole type of Kids Act go mask off, constitutionally challenge this surveillance court in court. Basically what it means is that the only way you can challenge something like this is if you go to literally one specific court that is outlined within the document on page 110.
Yeah, so we can't go to our own courts in our own city and state. There's a Pacific court that we got to go to deal with this bullshit. They knew exactly what the fuck they was doing.
In the jurisdiction provision, section 702, if this bill were truly about protecting children, why would you need to concentrate all constitutional challenges in one court? This means that they will have everything. All people that want to challenge this surveillance law, the Kids Act and everything, will have to go to one specific court just to be able to handle this instead of spreading it out over the country.
Yeah, so it's going to be a hassle for a motherfucker, let's just say in my state of Michigan, and the court is in DC, or the court is in California, or the court is in Texas, or the court is in Florida. I gotta take a trip to motherfucking possibly try to win a case that I know I might lose because it was a bipartisan deal. Democrats and Republicans said, yeah, fuck our privacy.
That is the main intention and goal here. Now, if this bill were truly about protecting children, why is it all concentrated in one court? It tells you this is about controlling the legal narrative and preventing scattered rulings that might strike down provisions. That's a very big detail, but here it gets much deeper. There are tons of contradictions. The bill says it does...
Tons of contradictions, and another reason why they motherfucker doing it in one spot, because there'd be a lot of spots being burnt down. So if they put it at one spot, it'll be a whole bunch of people gathering, and we can all just burn it all down together and just go home. Fuck your court system, because that's also for that AI judge shit is all gonna be centralized. The fucking AI judge. Okay, we'll see about that.
Not require age verification in three separate places. Now, Before you think this is good news, we will explain why this is bad. Page 38, section 220, nothing in the subtitle may be construed to require the provider of a covered platform to implement an age gating or age verification functionality. Sounds good, right? Page 99, section 602F, same language for COPA 2.0. Page 13, section 103F, nothing in this section may be construed to require the submission of government-issued identification. Once again, this sounds like great news, that the bill is not forcing age verification. Well, we're about to reveal the bombshell. But every single protection in this bill is triggered by one phrase: when a platform knows a user is a minor. The know standard is defined as known or should have known on page 17, 40, 45, and 79. 4 different times this is stated. This creates an impossible trap. Number 1, if a platform does not verify your age, it should have known, aka it should have known you were a minor or an adult. Minors were present and faces liability for failing to provide protections. That's a big detail. If a platform does verify age, it collects data on every user, which creates privacy risk and potential liability. The bill says you don't have to verify age, while simultaneously making it impossible to comply without verifying age. This is not a contradiction, this is the design. The bill uses children's safety as the vehicle to normalize age verification across the internet. Once age verification infrastructure exists for minors, it exists for everyone. The system built to check if you are 16 will be the same system used to check if you're 21, 35, or a registered voter. So basically what this means is that the government is saying, we're not forcing age verification with loose wording, but we are forcing it by basically these different sites to comply, or they face legal fees, liability issues if they do not verify your age. And so this explains maybe why Discord, for example, is already implementing stuff like this, because obviously they know that they will be liable if they don't know your specific age. They don't want to get fines, they don't want to lose money, so they're trying to verify your age, so to speak. Now, obviously, what this leads to is more complications, because it's not just, let's say, Discord or Facebook or anything trying to, basically follow the law. It's also them gathering data on you.
Yeah, gathering data. Y'all some fucking pussies. These corporations that's being hounded by motherfuckers telling the motherfuckers to force ID age verification, tell them to find us. Find us then, because you're going to have to find everybody. But they're playing off your fear, they're playing off your morality, using that shit against you. Man, tell those motherfuckers, nigga, I'm not passing nothing. I'm not about to take none of my people's data. Y'all gonna have to motherfucking take me to court. But I'm gonna fight y'all, nigga. Y'all trying to take freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and try to watch us. Y'all just covering that up. Y'all better be lucky, nigga, I'm not out here killing these people that work at these corporations, because I'm going to start doing it. People are going to start doing it. Because if we can't have no fucking privacy online, and they're taking our fucking data, they're taking our info, selling it to third-party motherfucking companies, or selling it to third-party countries. Like, no, we are being fucked over. And plus, there has been data breaches all over the place. When is going to be the next data breach? I think the data breaches are being caused by our own fucking government and law enforcement and military. Because a real hacker will hack all these evil motherfuckers and go motherfucking straight dark. Real shit. These motherfuckers are not that fucking smart. They're not that sophisticated. They're using fear tactics, telling you in plain sight what the fuck they're doing. So you need to tell these motherfuckers, we're gonna kill every corporation, every banker, every royal family member, every prime minister, every president, every lawyer, every judge, every motherfucker, every evil motherfucker gotta die here. Because we gotta go to the dark web or get some VPNs or have a Faraday cage for our computer and phone in order to have fucking privacy. We really gotta go off grid, but we can't even go off grid because you can get arrested for that. They arrested people for sleeping in their cars, their trucks, their vans. All because we don't want to be part of the fucking system. You can't force me to be part of the system. I don't want to be in it no more. Be happy that I'm not going to blow your fucking head off. But this is how the game got to go. If any motherfucker come up to you and talk about you got to comply, kill their ass. But at the end of the day, this is a test to see who's going to fuck with the internet and who's not. This is a test. Who's going to let go of all this internet shit and who's not. For those that was used to not having internet growing up, like myself, I ain't really start fucking with internet until I got my own fucking phone. On some real shit. Never had internet, never had a computer, shit. Nigga, I was poor all my life. And even when I got a little bit of money, I'm still not about to waste it on a motherfucking computer. And right when I was about to get a computer to see microphone and pandemic. So it's like, fuck it.
This book in general is a very good example to this. That got you against your will. They got into whole sorts of court issues the past few years ago. The point here is that these different companies, these different sites, will be forced to put in some form of ability to verify who you are, judge if you're under 16 or not.
Because at the end of the day, first, let me say this first. I do need a computer now. I can say I need it. I can say I need it and be able to play videos and be able to share links and be like, yo, here, something that they saw on YouTube, I can be able to do that. And plus I can be able to play the clips that I had before. Was letting us play our music. Now I gotta have a computer a little bit, but you know, but StreamYard was fucking up anyway. Like I was the music sound better on the YouTube live. Got it already. You know, but
more or less the government saying, we're not telling you to age verify.
God damn it, man.
More or less the government saying, we're not telling you to age verify, but we're telling you to age verify or you're going to get fined. So yeah, this is the legal loophole where they're creating a trap by design to basically say, guys, we're not forcing age verification. So you can kind of see the contradictions within this Kids Act. That
we're not forcing age verification, but we're going to find you some bread if you don't do age verification. Doesn't that sound like Ofcom? Doesn't that sound like what was the other company? It was Ofcom and it was somebody else. It was somebody else that was fucking with people. Sweet Baby Inc. was just going to people like, yo, if you don't motherfucking fuck with us, we're gonna make your life a living hell. It was Ofcom, Sweet Baby Inc., BlackRock, Visa and MasterCard was fucking over people. But Ofcom is the main person. It seems okay now. That's good. I want to do this this little Star Trek.
Trying to do is more or less make it seem like they're not doing it, but they really are. It very seems. So in sum, it's more or less putting wool over your eyes and saying we're not forcing you to age verify, but we get away with this, where they could kind of say they're not doing it, and then they could put all the blame on these companies and different sites that is going to harvest your data and know if you are a an adult or not, but also potentially sell your data, lose your data, you dox yourself, you get the point. It's very clear what is going on here.
Yeah.
Now,
so if the companies, this is how you know the companies are stupid. And in the corporate world, you gotta be tough. You know, it's like, it's about what you say no to. They want you to say yes, 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 yes about everything, including the negative shit. But there's some shit you just gotta say no to, especially if you know that there has been a shitload of hacks, shitload of data breaches, and knowing that you can't trust the government. But for you to get fined and then throw your ass in the trap, so like if anything happened, the people that you took from don't go to the government, they go straight to the corporation. Be like, bitch, fuck you. And the corporation be like, the government. Just like Mark Zuckerberg. Now, but This motherfucker said, I'm sorry. Mind you, he waited until Trump got in office to say sorry, though. The government made me do it. The government made me do it. But, nigga, how much they pay you? That's the question. How much they pay you to censor us? Oh, my fucking God. You know, my other phone is telling me everything cool, but shit. That mother. But I bet if I was just talking bullshit, it'd be a whole nother motherfucker. I'm not blaming the heat. I'm not blaming drones. I'm blaming, man, these motherfuckers fucking with me, man. It's the government. It's the government. It's the motherfucking whatever. It's the fuck it. Because if I do get a laptop, let's see if the same shit happen. Let's see if the same shit happen. Now I need to get a laptop now. Now I need to get a laptop. I need to get something, man. But like, I gotta pay bills. Fuck the bullshit. You know what'd be fucking crazy? I'm gonna yo comic. How much is that shipping shit? I'm gonna have to probably have to send you some bread for you to ship the computer to me. Well, how much is it? All right, is that much? Okay, give me your address. I'll motherfucking send you a money order. Western Union, that shit. The shit should be there overnight. Get that shit. Send me to the top, and then I go turn my internet on. You know, if there's a will, there's a way. Because I'm supposed to been had that damn laptop, but I'm not gonna get upset about it because I understand. Like I really, I understand that like life be lifing. Life be lifing. Yeah, they be fucking with the laptop too, and a laptop gets hot real quick. Also, I can't keep it on my lap. Fuck around and get cancer and shit. End up like Tom Green in this bitch. But yeah. But I hope everybody having a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, cool night. Well, like we already know about this. Let's get off into the Star Trek. But before we do that, let's do this. Computer.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Thanks, computer. Prepare to engage. Much love to the goddess Vanta. You know we gotta play your tunes. You know. Put that extra view on it. New and exclusive.
Come closer now.
I'm close, baby.
Just beyond the veil. Here we can breathe. Safe from the pale. Flickering light. A dance of smoke. Shadows ignite. Words softly spoke. A fragile path behind closed doors. No turning back on silent shores. This chamber of lies, a heaven untold. Dark truths arise. A story unfolds. Ooh.
Is that a guitar or a xylophone?
Your touch a trance.
I love that part.
A a sweet escape, lost in this dance, no chance to reshape each hidden scar, a whispered plea beyond the stars. Just you and me, this chamber of lies, a haven untold, dark truths arise, the story unfolds. Ooh, deception, more intimate, it bound the world outside, a distant hum where fantasies hide, until we succumb to this feeling burning.
I love that song. Love it, baby. Put in the prompt, Midnight Hurricane Love, baby, and see what the AI make for us. But we'll play another one. You already know I gotta play another one, baby. And then we'll play riding off to the Star Trek now.
Evening will start to play, twisting thoughts in disarray. Lights begin to gently blur as all reality's a slur. A distant melody takes hold, a story waiting to unfold. Slide across the line, sweet haze, a deep trance, lost in this dance. Every touch, a judgment fade, two souls entwined, the moment breathe. Beyond belief, beyond relief.
Not just
Night's embrace, stay lost in this place. Takes hold,
the sound now.
losing control. Sweet haze, trance, lost in this dance. No turning back from what's begun, and underneath the hazy sun, on moon I can't be sure. See, just tangled thoughts, and you and me. Every fiber pulls me in. Where does the enchantment begin?
All right. All right, since I'm on this phone, I might as well just go to mine, and then we'll switch back. Let's get it. Y'all ready for the new exclusive? And I hope this works. I'm still on my other phone, so I won't be able to see what's going on. But thank you in the chat for letting me know that everything is going in and out. So thank y'all for having my back. Y'all the truth.
No doubt that I'm hotter than burning lava. But devouring in you commas to say the flowers to mamas. Body parts in Bahamas. Mama got problems. A shot coming out the doctor. Cop it in the bottle. 45 make you wobble. I shot you outside McDonald's. Homicide is the title to take the life of a rival. Fight a fight is survival. I stop your ass with this rifle. Take the title for models, decapitate you with vinyl. Feeling like Michael Myers. Murder is my desire. Destroying government liars and sin they Messiah. Some of them Maya liars, we gotta stay so defiant, destroying tyrants and giants. Permanently you'll be silent. The revolution is siren, I have to redefine it. Hurricane so surprising, worship by the Mayans. Y'all spending your baby, the storm is coming heavy. Y'all making your fall just like confetti. Look at say, what?
Come on that. Now my phone acting up. Okay, since my other phone want to act up, I'm going back to the other phone and play it again. Let's go. This computer.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Thanks, computer. Prepare.
I want to ask them is...
Computer, engage. Let's go. There we go.
No doubt that I'm hotter than burning lava. But devouring in you commas to say the flowers to mamas. Body parts in Bahamas. Your baby mama got problems. A shot coming out the doctor. Mama cop it in the bottle. 45 make you wobble. Homicide is the title to take the life of a rival. Fight a fight is survival. I stop your ass with this rifle. Take the title for models, decapitate you with vinyl. Feeling like Michael Myers. Murder is my desire. Destroying government liars and sin they ass to Messiah. Some of them Maya liars, we gotta stay so defiant. Destroying tyrants and giants. Permanently you'll be silent. The revolution is siren, I have to redefine it. Hurricane so surprising, worship by the Mayans. Y'all spending your baby, the storm is coming heavy. Y'all making your fall just like a fake. What's on my mind? Yes, I got a verbal mind is revolutionized. Wanna know what's on my mind? Yes, I got a verbal mind is revolutionized. Wanna know that I gotta call bitch on my mother. Papa could be the lava to sing it so to the father. Eradicate all the drama. Y'all niggas don't have no wallet. Y'all niggas be acting bunkers. I'm just trying to go conquer. Coming out the doctor, I'm cop it in the bottle. 45 make you wobble. I shot you outside. Coming out the doctor, I'm cop it in the bottle. 45 make you wobble. I shot you outside McDonald's. Homicide is the title to take the life of a rival. Fight a fight is survival. I stop your ass with this rifle. Take the title for models, decapitate you with vinyl. Feeling like Michael Myers. Murder is my desire. Destroying government liars. Say they ass to Messiah. When the Maya liars, we gotta stay so defiant. Destroying tyrants and giants. Permanently you'll be silent. The revolution is siren, I have to redefine it. Hurricane so surprising, worship by the Mayans. Y'all spending your baby, the storm is coming heavy. Y'all making your fall just like confetti. Look at say, wanna know what's on my mind? Yes, I got a verbal mind is revolutionized. Wanna know what's on my mind? Yes, I got a verbal mind is revolutionized. Wanna know what's on my mind? Yes, I got a verbal mind is revolutionized. Wanna know what's on my mind? Yes, I got a verbal mind is revolutionized. No doubt that I gotta call bitch on my mother. Papa could be the lava to sing it so to the father. Eradicate all my young niggas don't wanna be acting bunkers. I'm just trying to go conquer. If I've been a launcher, see for red grenades. Sabinated drummer with a high frequency blade. Cross the wind in the rain, decapitating your veins. So cut the break in the blood of the maze. Fuck the money and fame, rearranging the game. Brainstorming the flame, destroying everything. Got nothing scared of my fiery rebel spirit. My lyrics will shatter bullets. Shit will crumble and minutes. So devastate in appearance. Now you feel it coherent, you recognize it in the store. Seeing the disappearance, you better get out my business. Sorry that hurt your feelings, that the gift from the spitting cause it can live. Yes, I got a rebel mind, it's revolutionized. Wanna know what's on my mind? Yes, I got a rebel mind, it's revolutionized. Wanna know what's on my mind? Yes, I got a rebel mind, it's revolutionized.
Did it play all the way through this time? Did it finally play all the way fucking through? I'm gonna do this afraid shit gonna keep on fucking up. Oh, holy shit, we got some breaking fucking news. We got some breaking fucking news. Let me know if y'all hear this shit. What the fuck?
President Trump says in General Kane about potentially returning to an all-out war with Iran. Does this mean you've been unhappy with Iran's adherence to the MOU?
Well, I think they've come a long way. The nuclear so after we look at,
that's still the fucking narrative. Iran can have a nuclear weapon, and he said she was like an all-out war with Iran. That shit stands out like a motherfucker. All-out war. You know what that fucking means? Oh shit, man, this shit ain't over.
all of these things, the country's never had activity like it's got right now. So we're building more factories and car plants and other things. We went for years without ever building one car plant. Now we're building many car plants. We're building AI. We're building all over the country.
We're building AI. We're building AI. Okay.
$18.1 trillion being invested. The record.
$3.1 trillion being invested. By who? Us, the taxpayer? Or some billionaire motherfuckers that came up with, what did it say, $3 billion? Shouts out to Low Key. He said he about to give Iran $300 billion. He got money for wars but can't feed the poor.
It was like 2. And we've got 19.1, and it's going to continue. And with those buildings open,
and it's going to continue. Get the fuck out.
Something like the country's never seen. Why your 401k? Everybody benefits. When the stock market,
everybody is not benefiting from shit. Oh my god, I want to shoot.
It's more and
more jobs, more everything. For who? For who? Private sector.
More jobs. We have more people working today than have ever worked in the history of our country.
This is rage bait. This is hate bait. Oh my god. Oh my god, I want to kill this motherfucker. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck the government. Fuck the president. And fuck the prime ministers. Fuck all these motherfuckers. Kill them all.
And we have them coming into Taiwan. We have from Taiwan. We have more chips, and the big
more chip bankers, not potato. He ain't talking about potato chips. Y'all know exactly what the fucking chips he talking about. Microchips, nano chips. This motherfucker wild.
Biggest company in the world, actually, the chip maker. But they're coming in, they're building an app.
To mention Taiwan, China is trying to fuck over Taiwan. Japan is interfering in that, like, yo, man, we got peaceful negotiations with Taiwan. This is what Japan's saying. China, like, fuck you and Taiwan.
Arizona, and they just announced to double the size. We could have 50% of the chip market by the time I leave office. You know what we had now? Nothing.
50% of the chip market by the time he leave office. This is before 2030. So the next motherfucker to come in is going to finish off the shit. And by 2030, you will own nothing and be happy. There will be smart cities. I will be in another country chilling with Vanta, getting my rest on, and then come back shooting motherfuckers. And she going to be talking to me through an earpiece. Gotta make sure you're safe, Vanta. But everything I'm doing, I'll put a motherfucking camera inside of my iris. I will have a different eye, and you will see everything I'm doing. Contingency plan. I'm throwing a bomb in my heart. If anything happened to me, probably 3 states is getting wiped off the fucking face of the earth. I don't know how I'm gonna make that happen, but We'll think of something. I'll go all out for this shit. For the revolution, oh yeah. For love, definitely. For music, best believe it.
And then I got, as a gift, another gift, I said to Intel, give the United States of it, they needed something, they needed some help. The chip maker, I said, give the United States of America, I'll do it for you, but give the United States of America 10% of your company. He said, you have a deal. He said it so fast, I said I should have asked for more. But he said, you have a deal. And that stake is now worth $80 billion.
So, thank you, phone. This motherfucker just made a deal with a motherfucker that manufactured chips. We ain't talking about potato chips. Because ain't no chip that good to be worth $80 billion. But these are going to be the new microchips, the new nano chips that's going in our cells. It's soon to be inside of our body. $80 billion. Question, do it goes to Trump's pocket or do it goes to the military-industrial complex? It goes to the military-industrial complex because we're talking about microchips and nanochips that can also go inside of, drum roll please, weapons, rockets, and robots. Game over.
Made $80 billion.
Yep, that's a contingency plan. You already know.
Dollars for the country in 8 months. Does anybody talk about it? No. Have a good time. Have a good flight. Enjoy the plane. Quick question.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yep. That's it for that. But now, Star Trek. Now the question is, which era of Star Trek would you want to live in? And I chose DS9. See, most people will go, and the scenario is, this is if we are just civilians and we're getting a job and we're working. But we already know real shit. We're joining Starfleet. I'm about to be head chief security, work my way up to commander, soon to be captain of my own fucking ship and fucking crew. That's my scenario. That's straight up. Like, once the world be cool and we all don't have poverty no more, don't have no motherfucking famine, don't have no bullshit, we all free to be whoever we want to be, but we get to choose to be in Starfleet, bet I'm going to Starfleet. I'm gonna put out my art, leave it on Earth, and have a name on Earth. And once they know, as soon as I come back and chill with the family, the friends, come back to the city as a fucking hero, because I fought in the Dominion War and lived to tell the tale. I'm a fucking hero, I'm a bad motherfucker. So yeah, I'm joining Starfleet. Definitely DS9 season 3. See, me and Vonta, see, we are there. We are already there. We are already there. But people that's older than us or younger than us might choose another time. But choosing DS9, I don't give a fuck how crazy the Dominion War was. I still think that time was a great time. It was like, all the way around. And Steve is going to break that shit down on what was going on. I'd rather be in DS9's time because, yes, it was war, but if we were still on Earth, we would have been cool. We would have to deal with the aftermath if Starfleet lost. If we would have saw Dominion ships, Kardashian ships coming to Earth, okay, we lost the Dominion War. We are fucked. But during the Dominion War, Earth was straight. The only thing that they was motherfucker tripping about was a fucking admiral that was doing a shape-shifting coup, trying to motherfucking get some power and shit. And they came in there like, nigga, take off that Starfleet badge, you hoe ass nigga. Cisco had to get into it with his father and shit. So it's like, yo, man, let's find out the truth. Let's find out the fucking truth. And they found out that album was on some bullshit. Like this why peacetime is good, but you gotta worry about the motherfuckers that's either trying to make a coup, a motherfucker that's infiltrating, or a motherfucker that's that's trying to cause division amongst the peace. You'll find me chilling at Clark's bar. Yes, baby, I will be with you. What we drinking on? I know. I'm gonna grab some ramen and ale first. And whatever the special is, and whatever you drinking, Vanta. And shouts out to Court. That motherfucker could have been dead. They asked him questions like, why you ain't leave with everybody else when we took over this motherfucker? It's like, nigga, bitch, I'm coming to make money. I'm here for the money. But he was down with the revolution. I fucks with Court. He earned 100% that day. I'm like, shouts out to Court.
Would you actually want to live in? For the purposes of this video, I'm going to
bring me the ramen and Ellis and Dabo. Got the real shit. I don't know how she snuck the shit on the motherfucking Enterprise, but Guinan got the real shit. Cause I think it was Scotty. They motherfucker like found him again. He was old as shit. And plus he was drinking the replicator drinks. He was like, man, what the fuck is this? Data was like, yo, Guinan got some other shit. It was like Data went in the back, grabbed Guinan's real shit, like the real shit. That nigga Scott was like, oh yeah, this is the shit, right? This is real whiskey right here. Yeah, even in DS9 War was good for business. See, baby. Even though you sweet, I know you got a dangerous side, baby. I knew he was gonna pick DS9. Relics, baby. And plus, war is good for business. You're right, and it don't only reign true in the show; it reigns true right now. I got a game called Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. We're riding, playing with the sword and shit. The fucking bad guys is trying to start the war back up because it's good for business now. But the head of the motherfucking shit, Senator Armstrong, this motherfucker is like, nigga, I'm about to motherfucking create one of the biggest wars and end war, period. Yes, I need the money to fund this war, but I'm ready to start this big war just to end all wars. Everybody go back to being themselves. And everybody was like, God damn, like Senator Armstrong, yes, he was the bad guy, but I feel where he's coming from. It's like how people feel about Gold Dukat. It's that. I saved lives during my administration.
mostly limit my durations to eras that we see depicted on screen in a Trek show or film. Star Trek takes place across a total time span of over 1,000 years, but we only really see intervals of a few decades across a few centuries. Even eras that are the settings of multiple films or multiple series require a lot of inference and supposition in order to form an impression of what it might be like to live there, since Star Trek is a sci-fi adventure series and not a documentary about life in the future.
But from his perspective, we are regular people just like ourselves. Which era we'll choose. But like we already know, we'll choose the real shit. be safe. We'll be on Earth safe. The only way we'll know we're in danger is when the fucking Dominions show up, the Jemadar, Breen, or the Vorta, or the Kardashians. If they come to Earth, we lost. Just know that. But otherwise, on Earth, we chilling at Cisco Pops restaurant eating good. I'm eating good. try to get a try to be a friend with somebody on DS9 so we can sneak in Quark's bar and chill over there. Chill on the promenade real quick. You know what I'm saying? He did it because he cared. And look, when Gul Dukat did explain himself, even though it was fucked up, but it was like he was trying. He was fucking trying. That's all I can say. It's like you ain't slaughtered a shitload of people. You just slaughtered half. But the Gul Dukat gave out the truth. I should have killed all those motherfuckers. I should have slaughtered all those motherfuckers. We all know the truth. Gul Dukat is an evil son of a bitch. And that nigga Cisco knew what he had to do. Cisco knew what he had to do. He knew it. When force us to all work together towards a common goal.
The picture we get of the time period each show or movie is set is only as complete as the story demands. The earliest fictional era that we see a little bit of and hear described a little bit more is the early to mid 21st century. I'm going to go ahead and disqualify this era from consideration. Reasons. First, judging by what we see of this era from the film Star Trek First Contact and learn of it secondhand through dialogue in several other Star Trek shows, including Star Trek the Original Series, Star Trek The Next Generation, and Star Trek Deep Space Nine, it's defined by economic and environmental disaster and multiple global conflicts in a devastating on your age when you're watching this. Most of you are going to get to live through it, or part of it, at least. And judging by the way things are going, it's not going to be all that different from Star Trek. Nobody's going to invent warp drive, and aliens are coming to rescue us at the end. But other than that, say we're on track. Way to go, everybody!
Yeah.
But for this exercise, let's stick to optimistic fantasy rather than inescapable nightmarish reality.
Right.
The closest future era that none of us will actually live to see that is depicted in a Star Trek show is the mid-22nd century. This is the setting of Enterprise, the 6th Star Trek television series produced, but the earliest in terms of time period.
Right, the earliest in terms of time period, because I heard that Enterprise was before Kirk. You know, I was like, why you just ain't make Enterprise? But it's like, no, we got to do a prequel after prequel after prequel. But, you know, yeah. I know he was smashing the shit out of T'Pau. What was her name? T'Pau, or like T'Pau, the female Romulan. I mean, no, not the female Romulan, the female Vulcan. She must be logically. I'll be right behind you. Captain Archer was literally right behind her ass.
First season of
Captain
Enterprise takes
Archer
place in the year 2151. By that point, as far as we can tell from the show.
So it's 2151. We in 20. This is it's the first planets. This is 150 years from now.
Things on Earth seem pretty good. There's a global government, world peace, the utopian Star Trek.
Each era, so don't pick your favorite just yet. Real shit. I wouldn't pick no favorite until you watched at least the original series, TNG, DS, with episode after episode, banger after banger. It was banger after banger after banger of an episode. I'm talking about crying every Wednesday night, every hump day. I'm talking about on this day, Hump Day, we used to be like, I can't wait till we get out of school. We gonna chill outside for a minute, play the game, play some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and get back to the Chappelle Show at South Park. And we talk about this shit when we go to school in the motherfucking morning. I miss that shit. Fucking morning. I miss that shit. Even though I was living in the fucked up living arrangement because my mom wanted to be on crack and we can't motherfucking live properly. But the only fun I had was going to school, hanging with my friends, and the escapism that we could talk about the following day. That was the fucking piece of the childhood that I had to grab, even though my whole world was fucked. But I had to find a light somewhere, and I made sure I fucking found it because I was an introvert like a motherfucker, straight introvert. Then, opened up, like it was really the game Final Fantasy VIII that did it, because like the protagonist is a motherfucking, like an introvert, like introvert, and he had to deal with abandonment and shit. I'm like, like this relates to me, and it became my Final Fantasy of all time. Still my favorite Final Fantasy to this day. I'll go fuck how the graphics look on a new Final Fantasy, but like real good Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and 10. Real shit. 12 was good because it was a political drama about loyalty, betrayal, trust, revolution. It was fucking awesome. A princess, not a princess, she was a queen, got her throne stripped away. She started a revolution, recruited whoever believed in her, and she brought whoever believed in her with her to take back her land. I was like, hell yeah, this is a good ass motherfucking shit. And the leader that was running the land had to deal with his little brother. And the little brother is kind-hearted towards the queen's country. So the queen working with the little brother to go big brother that's running everything, that the Arcadian Empire. His name was Vane Solidor. And I was like, woo, this game is a great motherfucking drama. Motherfuckers, plot twists of motherfuckers having twin brothers and shit. I'm like, oh shit, like one motherfucker was evil, one motherfucker was good. He got motherfucking like he got motherfucking falsely accused. I was like, oh man, this is too much. Final Fantasy 12, great political action drama. Like Final Fantasy never went this far before. But I'm sorry, I went off. Like Final Fantasy is my #1 favorite franchise, next to Resident Evil, next to Metal Gear, Siphon Filter, God of War, Devil May Cry. Yeah. But yeah, Final Fantasy straight up #1. #1. Game on. But yeah.
Future is more in shape. Details on how they
Enterprise first, and then I think he might go to the one with Captain Kirk. Then he go, I think he going in order, but like he going to explain what was going on, like during the time frame of everything.
Economy actually works at this point are scarce, but we're told that poverty, hunger, and disease are no longer serious concerns. Plus, this is the era when humanity launches its first starships capable of long-range interstellar exploration. Alliances with other worlds are formed, the foundation for what will eventually become the United
life what's going on now. He's talking about Enterprise when we first make our ships. Who's making our ships right now? Drum roll, please. Elon Musk. Elon Musk is going to be the new Starfleet in our future. Now, he's not going to be alive in the year 2151, but his descendants, people that's going to fuck with Tesla forever, people that's going to keep the name going. Like I said, when the nuclear wars end, the corporate wars begin. Tesla might be the main one take over. China is going to be second. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to merge. It's going to be, look, one thing I could say about Star Trek, when they made the One World Order, that shit was actually beneficial because it wasn't about no poverty no more race wars, no more nuclear wars. We're going into motherfucking space. We're about to travel planets. We're about to explore. We're about to meet other aliens. We're about to have a federation of planets. We all working together, sharing information, sharing technology, and living in peace. This is one of the greatest shit that we could just be like optimistic on, because we could do that now. Peace together on feeding the hungry, healing the sick. But no, let's just, like, work together. Video on that. I gotta find it. Yeah. Salute branches.
There's a lot going for it. There are some drawbacks. In the giant death 4,000-kilometer path from Florida to Venezuela, 1 million people.
Damn.
1 million people. I'm sure that wasn't, especially if you lived along that path of destruction. But you know what? Florida is best to avoid any.
Oh shit. Fuck. We saw now. YouTube can kiss my ass. How we sounding now? Damn, you missed the whole half of my speech. Oh. I forgot what I said. Let me know if y'all hear me now. I can't wait to start shooting people in the face. All right, how do I sound now? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Want to beef with the king? What did you go do? I can hear the hum of the fan. Okay, now that bitch is on low. I'm surprised that shit even still sound like that, even on low. It's pretty cool, but all right. But I forgot what I was going to say.
Era of
shit. Damn, I forgot what I was going to say. If y'all know the last thing I said, like before shit got all choppy, just let me know. Then it might come back to me. But like, we still dealing with the Enterprise era. If you was on Earth, some aliens came through and shot a beam from Florida to San Francisco. So whoever stayed in the path from Florida to San Francisco got wiped the fuck out.
Generic future history. Ask me. Earth.
All right, so the last shit was Elon. Oh yeah. Thank you. Oh yeah. Elon, he is the new motherfucker that's making spaceships in space and shit, trying to talk about like exploration. So he's the closest thing to Star Trek outside of everybody else. Because he's talking about real true exploration and fucking traveling. And even after he died, the Tesla is gonna still be going unless they merge and make a different name. And I also said, like with all these great minds in the motherfucking world, they all could work together and we can have world fucking peace. But y'all can come together on some Antarctic treaty, and y'all can come together if y'all see some bullshit floating in space that y'all want to make some news about, but y'all don't want to work together to feed the homeless, motherfucking, like protect the air, food, and water. But y'all be on some other shit. But now y'all talking about exploration in space. This is close to Star Trek. But at the same time, in reality, we haven't even got this world fully down packed and fully motherfucking capable of actually sustaining itself without going to another planet. Y'all fuck this world up, food, water, air, disease, and people. And he was like, all right, we fucked this world up to its capacity. Let's get the fuck on before they rise up against us. That's what I feel is going on. Let's get the fuck up out of here. And some people be like, y'all just giving it away that y'all motherfucking aliens. Let's get back into space because our ship's been fucked up for over 1,000 years. We finally got it fixed. We can get the fuck up out of here now. Let's get the fuck up out of here through Elon. That's the crazy speculation. Crazy speculation. But yeah, I'm just saying, like Elon Musk is more closer to this us living in Star Trek reality than anybody else. So yeah.
The Klingons make first contact with each other and they really get off on the wrong foot. Right away, it's clear these two groups are just not going to get along. Also,
yeah, and they keep on saying that we can't escape the firmament, but real shit, I think we can. I think there's small openings like doorways or passageways because shit keep on coming in from outer space. So it's either you cracking through the firmament, which will logically make a hole in the firmament if it's coming from outer space and it's popping through this bitch. We got to look at the logical explanation on why is that happening. So if there is a dome and shit still coming through this motherfucker on asteroids, comets, or spaceships, then they motherfucking bursting through that bitch on some, whether if it's a shield, plasma shield, uranium shield, radiation shield, interdimensional shield, or whatever the fuck the Bible say, because it don't really explain firmament. You look up the word firmament, what is it going to probably say? It's probably going to say flat platform or some shit. Y'all look it up real quick. It's probably going to say something that you know that can be broken. Probably. But if shit is coming in, shit can come out. I'm just looking at the logic on it. But if we are trapped, then every simulation and a projection. If we're trapped inside of isolated system of a fucking dome, like a fucking globe, like a motherfucking snow globe, if that is the case, everything is a projection. Officially go the route of everything is a simulation, but I can't go that route because we gotta look at the logic of physicality. A brick fall on your head, that shit gonna fucking hurt. Motherfucker can't be like, a brick just landed on me, that shit ain't real, I don't feel no pain, this pain is not real. No, you're gonna be leaking and you're gonna be crying. If you look at science, we're solid, liquid, gas. Most of us are made of water. I mean, like, say like 80%, right? So yeah, blood, frequencies, elements, it's all within. And they're trying to add this mechanical shit that is definitely going to disrupt the body. We already motherfucker got to fight like anyway with the white blood cells anyways, man. But like they're gonna put some shit that's gonna disrupt your blood cells and it's gonna motherfucking replace it, and you're not gonna be human no more. Yeah, this is a real deep dive, real deep. Let me get back to it. Yeah, if everything is also not solid, this goes back to molecules and create a solid world. That's my number one question. It all, already got over the questions. Who am I? What I'm doing here? Where I'm going when I leave? But like when it comes to actually studying the universe, my only one question is: how can a non-solid thing, which is atoms, molecules, and particles, and neurons, protons, neutrons, electrons, and all these photons, how can that shit make solid? So, you know, and then we add energy, vibration, which is not solid. So, and then we motherfucking get the motherfucking energy cannot be created nor destroyed, just transferred, thermodynamics. So we got, you know, religion talking about we gonna burn in hell, but the only way you can burn is if you physical. So if you're dead and you go to your spirit and your fucking soul, how the fuck can you burn in hell if you are already a burning fiery light? Whoo, that's a deep dive right there. So it's like at the end of the day, we don't know. We can only speculate and use all the facts that we gathered and accumulated. After all I've read and all I researched, and I'm still studying, I think it's everything. But if we merge with machine, it is going to disrupt humanity. We're not supposed to merge with machine. We're supposed to use it as a tool or work together with it. Because at the end of the day, most motherfuckers really making robots because they don't want to do no work and they don't want to fucking die. This is all leading down to mortality. It all leads down to mortality. At least that's what I think. Because most motherfuckers don't want to die. Most motherfuckers probably know the truth. There's probably nothing on the other side. There's probably nothing on the other side. No one ever thought about that. It's just like when Gore, the God Butcher, went up to heaven in the Thor movie. And the God was like, the only thing after death is death. There will always be more followers. There will always be motherfuckers that's going to worship. You know, so it's like we have to understand that we don't know, but the shit that we do know, that we have seen and observed, like especially that double slit experiment, that shit is going on that's outside of our observation. So it's always going to be unknown until we motherfucking really see beyond the veil or change our perception on what we think we know or what we think we see. Because the double slit experiment is a very key pivotal point of the universe. If the shit changed while we not looking, then our reality definitely has a mind of its own. We could probably say an architect or an analyst or a god or a goddess, but something goes on outside of our observation that is different from what we observe. So it's like we can't trust anything on some real shit. It's deep. We know nothing, but know something about everything that is unknown, but it's no fear, but that makes it abundance. There's an essence of truth in that, for sure. There's an essence of truth in that. Yeah, the wave function shit. And we deal with it every day. I think we all got the answer. We just all need to work together. It's all in fragments. It's all in bits and pieces. Royal Raymond Rife, he healed all sicknesses by matching the frequency and raising the vibration to shatter the sickness. And they took that knowledge away. Everybody could be healed right now from cancer, from any disease right now. You know, and hold up. I'm sorry. Let me get back to it.
War between Earth and the Romulans. We've never actually seen it on screen, much to the consternation of certain members of the fan base. But
even though this may be off topic, it is still on topic according to Star Trek, because this is fact in that realm. You know, we already observed everything. We understand, but we still don't know until Q show up. Like, oh, y'all think y'all know? Y'all don't know how dangerous space really is. The unknown. Let's go. Snap your fingers. Do your step. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Snap his fingers, showed him the board. Snap his fingers, showed him like, yo, this is what's out here. But even then, even with the board, even with the fucking board, we look at them, and because I covered it, it's like the emergence of technology and many other races with a simulation. It's like, shit.
Oh, it's an interplanetary war, so I'm assuming it's no Sunday school orgy. After the mid-22nd century, we skip ahead about another 100 years or so and come to one of the major settings of the franchise, the mid-23rd century. So far, 4 Star Trek series have taken place during this era. Star Trek the original series and its follow-up, Star Trek the animated series, during the 2260s, and the first 2 seasons of Star Trek Discovery and its spin-off, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, a few years before that in the 2250s. We see very little of Earth during this era, but from what we hear, things are going pretty well. Still peaceful, still unified. Prejudice and intolerance and violence, still relics of the past, so much so that whenever some judgy alien shows up and starts giving humans a hard time about being savage and primitive, Captain Kirk just throws it right back, like, no, not anymore. It's an era of expansion, humans playing a leading role in the Federation, building impressive space stations like Starbase One, spreading out into the galaxy to establish...
Okay, now we're in the Kirk era. Now we're in the era where Jordan want to be at. You want to be in the Kirk era.
Colonies. It's an age of optimism, prosperity, and thrilling exploration and discovery. Unless you're serving aboard a Starfleet ship and facing torture and death on a regular, let's say, weekly basis, it seems like an exciting and relatively safe time to live. But don't make your time travel plans quite yet. There's a war between the Federation and the Klingons that doesn't last super long, but gets pretty nasty before it's over. There's an incident where Control, the AI Starfleet's been using for threat assessment, becomes self-aware and tries to wipe out all sentient life in the galaxy.
Yeah. You living in the era, you in the war with the Klingons, but it's short-lived, but there's an AI that was made by Starfleet trying to kill everything in the universe. Everyone! Like, who remember that movie, The Professional? It's like, baby, everyone.
Which all works out okay, ultimately, but still, a bit of a nail-biter. There's another war between the Federation and the Klingons that only lasts like a day before some godlike aliens step in and force everyone to knock it off. And after a century of isolationism following their war with Earth, the Romulans start fucking shit up again. If the mid-23rd century sounds attractive, but a little too eventful for you, might I recommend a couple of options. First, we have an alternative mid-23rd century over in the Kelvin timeline, as seen in the 2009 Star Trek film and its sequels, Star Trek Into Darkness.
That Kelvin timeline, Jordan, you ain't going there. You staying over here with the Kirk era. Even though the Kelvin timeline is still Kirk, but it's not Kirk. This is the Kelvin timeline we're talking about. We don't talk about the Kelvin timeline. I give the first Star Trek movie the benefit of the doubt. Zoe Saldana could get bent over that motherfucking Starfleet desk. I don't give a shit. Zoe Saldana, and now we got to rabbit fucking. Woo, two rabbits fucking never we were. Smashing that bitch all through the avatar like, bitch, you 8 feet tall. I'm climbing the mountain today. Blue rabbit fucking blue rabbits fucking down we were. Hey yo, I got that shit from Robot Chicken. I did not make that up. I did not make that up. As much as I wanted to, but Robot Chicken did that. It's called Blue Rabbits Fucking, the Avatar parody. That shit is fucking hilarious. They grabbed a real singer to do this shit too. I was like, oh, y'all niggas is wild with this. Blue rabbits fucking. You both see rabbit sex in the Lord of the Rings. In the Lord of the Rings. I was fucking dying. When I first saw that shit.
Trek Beyond. Aside from the occasional act of terrorism, the odd starship crashing into a city, and the complete destruction of planet Vulcan, along with most of its billions of inhabitants, it seems all right. Skipping a few years ahead to the late 20s.
Damn YouTube. But yeah, now be fast and forward.
The original Star Trek cast, beginning with Star Trek the Motion Picture and continuing through Star Trek VI. It's a crisis-filled era, but each crisis is resolved.
Yeah, now, we're still in Kirk era now. We left the Kelvin timeline and went back to Kirk during his 6th movie run. So Kirk is, like, I'm not gonna lie, they had some dog-ass clothes. Their uniforms was like, it was elite admiral type shit. It's just something about those uniforms, like, like we are prestigious. We are Starfleet. It screamed Starfleet. Going from his old uniform to to what he had, like man, yo, I fucks with the original Starfleet uniforms. I'm not gonna lie. Kirk era and his movie era, I fucks with the uniforms. I fucks with them uniforms. Yeah, the motherfucking red ship, the strap, it was like military mixed with captain mixed with admiral mixed with badass. It was just something about Kirk's uniform. It's like, yo, Kirk is the fucking man when it comes to that motherfucking shit.
Relatively quickly, with little to no lasting damage. V'ger, a gigantic cloud-shrouded spaceship that travels to Earth and threatens to exterminate humanity, zapping a couple of Klingon ships and a space station out of existence along the way, just kind of leaves after finally getting laid. Khan, a genetically engineered supervillain, briefly gets his hands on a potential weapon of mass destruction, but he just ends up blowing himself up and creating a new planet, which subsequently blows itself up. So nothing for the average citizen to worry about there. A gigantic probe that speaks in whale song randomly shows up to Earth and wrecks shop for a few hours, but then it leaves and things go back to normal. And a Klingon moon explodes. The Klingons are all like, let's be friends to the Federation, but then their chancellor gets assassinated, and it looks like we might be going to war again, but then that all gets resolved peacefully, and the most noticeable consequence that comes out of it is us humans having to get over the reflexive hatred of Klingons we've clung to as a species for over a century at this point, which is presumably no problem for people native to this era, what with how enlightened and evolved they are, but...
Incoming message from the big giant head. William Shatner was the head alien from Third Rock from the Sun. When that reveal happened, I was like, y'all picked the right person to do this shit. I was like, Captain Kirk. It was so awesome. I'm like, y'all could pick no other better person but to come to an alien show about about aliens, and he's a big giant head, a show talking about aliens. I'm like, come on now, you couldn't pick no better fucking person than Captain motherfucking Kirk to play the big giant head. That shit was awesome. I love Third Rock from the Sun. I love that guitar. And Sally and Don, that shit is epic. Every time they motherfuckers be like, hello, Sally. She was like, hey, Dom. They be talking like it's a film noir. I love their chemistry. Their chemistry is beautiful. I'm like, I love these two. I love these two. I don't like that was a cop though, but I have to look past that. I looked past that. So I'm like, man, the chemistry is awesome. They both funny. They both will whoop your ass together, Bonnie and Clyde style. I love it. I love it. French Stewart, Harry, hilarious. And he got the freaky girl later on, Vicky. I was like, oh. And like they was on they little flirty shit. I was like, and the motherfucking Dick Solomon and Mrs. Albright doing their little flirting. And the black secretary girl, I forgot her name. She was hilarious. Like she had her and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the motherfucker that had that shit. Is like I related where he was coming from because by me being, like yes, like a kid, I understand that like my mentality was older than everybody that was around me. So it's like, but still though, you got to go through school, got to deal with the girls, got to deal with emotions as being in a teenage body. This shit is fucking hilarious. Watch Third Rock from the Sun, everybody. But fuck Joseph Gordon-Levitt, this nigga is fucking with Peter Thiel in Dialogue. But watch the show. It was a good show.
Might present an issue for some of us planning to read.
Oh yeah, you played a grumpy old man. Great, yes. Did you watch shit? Oh shit, my dad says he was funny in that shit. I gotta check it out. He's like, did you watch shit my dad says? That shit sound funny, Vata. That shit sounds funny. The fucking title sound funny. Halloween Bash. Yeah. Hold on, let's make sure I got everybody. You always say glad he's still alive. Yep. I'm glad Harrison Ford's still alive. That nigga survived 3 plane crashes and he did it on his own. I'm like, y'all niggas died in plane crashes and shit. Harrison Ford flew his own plane and crashed and survived. Y'all niggas are weak. Now, I don't want to make a 9/11 joke and I don't want to make people dying in airplanes a fucking joke, but goddamn, Harrison Ford is older than everybody on those fucking planes. And this motherfucker survived. Mind you, his plane was fucked. Harrison Ford's supposed to have been dead. I'm like, yo. Something ain't right. I guess like Harrison Ford is the last manly man on planet Earth because he was Han fucking Solo. Driving the Millennium Falcon. He's like, bitch, I flew the Millennium Falcon. I can fly this. Bitch, I'm Indiana Jones. I can survive anything. And survive. Oh, all right. You said it's just about a guy that moved in with his old school dad. Oh, that's hilarious. Because the old school dad is probably hilarious like a motherfucker. I wonder who the dad is. If you say somebody that's funny or somebody I know it's going to be lit. Because Bad Grandpa was lit. I'm like, after after Jackass, like had his run, Johnny Knoxville did some other shit. He did some shit called Bad Grandpa. I was like, dog, this shit is fucking wild. There's a couple moments that was suspect in that shit. You already know how motherfucking, you go back in time. I'm like, y'all niggas gay. But that shit was funny as fuck. Shatner's the dad. Oh, I thought you that's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. And by the way, Shatner sang Rocket Man. Oh yeah. And I think it's going to be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round the gate to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no. Oh, Rocket Man, burning this fuse out here alone. I'm like, how you gonna fuck up Elton John's song? How you gonna fuck up Elton John's song?
Locate to this era, because we sure do love our entrenched prejudices. When you ponder which time period of Star Trek history in which you'd like to live, do you prefer an epoch of mystery and possibility? If so, have I...
Deep Space Nine. I don't give a fuck. DS9.
got an era for you. The Lost Era. This is the period that stretches from the end of Star Trek VI to the beginning of Star Trek The Next Generation, which is around 70 years. It seems fine, I guess. That's the thing, because no Star Trek project has ever used it as a primary setting, and it's only occasionally even been referred to. We don't know much about it at all. It might be a time of peace and scientific and social progress unequaled in all of history. Or it might be a time of war and disaster where death lurks around every corner and the common people of the galaxy live their lives in a constant state of existential fear. Or, you know, somewhere in the middle. Here's the most important thing to keep in mind before you jump in your reality-hopping time machine and set course for the late 23rd to early to mid-24th century of the fictional Star Trek future. If they keep making new Star Trek, and especially if the current trend of backward-looking, nostalgia-obsessed franchise production continues for a while, it's only a matter of time before the creators of that new Star Trek decide to start setting stuff in the Lost Era, and who the hell knows what they're going to come up with. The Gorn might conquer the Tellarites and open an interstellar chain of pork barbecue restaurants. The Orion Syndicate might blow up Venus. Do you ever hear people talking about Venus on TNG or Deep Space Nine? That explains it. Reportedly, the upcoming Star Trek Section 31 movie, which is scheduled to be released on Paramount Plus 2 days after this video is released on YouTube, is set sometime during the Lost Era. But I ain't seen it yet, so I have no idea if it's going to make the Lost Era look like a hell of a time to be alive or a living hell. After the Lost Era comes the era that is the exact opposite of Lost, by far the most extensively and consistently represented time period of Star Trek history, the mid-24th century, beginning in the 2360s, which is the primary setting of Star Trek The Next Generation, and the 2 series that followed it, Deep Space Nine and Voyager, plus the 4 TNG-centered films. I bet for a lot of you, this is the era you'd pick, isn't it? When Trekkies, especially around my age, daydream about the utopian future of Star Trek, replicators, ubiquitous sight to...
I want to go to DS9 because, don't get me wrong, The Next Generation, being on there with Picard, chilling, it was a peaceful time. Peaceful times, but it was just something about DS9. You just gotta be there. You just got to be there. Apply,
teleportation and all the wonders of fully automated luxury space communism. They're thinking of the world depicted in the shows set during this era. And usually they're specifically thinking of TNG, which is only natural. TNG is Star Trek at its most reassuring and optimistic. Earth, the most important world in the United Federation of Planets, continues to be peaceful and unified. The moneyless economy is in full operation. Work is no longer a necessity for survival, but something people choose as a way of improving themselves and their society. Humanity continues to spread out across the galaxy, colonizing new worlds. Starfleet, with humanity seemingly accounting for most of its personnel, continues to carry out its diplomatic and scientific missions. Food comes out of voice-operated magic holes in the wall. Voice-operated magic holes in the wall. We do hear tell of a couple of wars and other lesser armed conflicts between the Federation and, say, the Cardassians, the Talarians, the Zenkethi. That one's brought up once or twice in episodes of Deep Space Nine, but same era. But those all take place off-screen and are already over by the time we hear them mentioned. And come on, wars happening in other places that we don't have to see or think very much about, we love those. In other words, life is pretty goddamn good in the 24th century. For humans, anyway. I'm guessing the audience for this video is mostly humans. So why wouldn't you want to live in this era of Star Trek? There are actually lots of reasons why you shouldn't want to live in this era of Star Trek. Remember, you'd be living there, not watching it on TV. You wouldn't be the main character. You'd be you, an anonymous note.
Right, you be you. None of it's nobody. See, like he created this scenario. He created this scenario like if we was just ourselves. But me, I'm joining Starfleet, head of security, become commander, soon to be captain, and work my way up to admiral if I want to be an admiral. But otherwise, I might just stay a captain. But you already know, like once they give me the offer, I'm taking it. Like it is what it is.
Nobody at the mercy of events.
Yeah, but TRG, like they went looking for trouble at DS9. Trouble came to them. Yes, that's what I love about DS9. It's like a space western. I fucks with it. Drama comes to the space station. I thought turning that fan off probably would have did so. I'm like, nope, it's still hot. It's still fucking hot. Yep, DS9 is the best. But you gotta watch all of them. You can watch DS9. It really don't matter where you start off at, but like you start off at DS9 first, and you go to TNG, you will see a big difference, a major difference. And Voyager, you go to Voyager, it's gonna be a major difference, major fucking difference. DS9 is the best. Yep. Shouts out to Brooks, Avery Brooks Masterclass. That first episode of DS9 when you first started, is going to draw you in. That's what drew me in. I'm like, you gotta understand, like when you see the beginning of DS9 and you realize who Cisco is talking to, he's going to be talking to the captain from Star Trek The Next Generation. So like if you start off on Next Generation, you will understand who Captain Picard is. So like when you get to DS9, you'd be like, oh shit, Captain Picard went through some shit and this affected Cisco's life, and it creates a great dynamic. I love the first episode of DS9 because it draws you in. Great work. I used to glance at that on back of the, because DS9 came out with Babylon 5 and Earth Final Conflict at the same fucking time. There was a whole bunch of space shows. You was either watching DS9, Babylon 5, or Earth Final Conflict, or Cleopatra 2525. It was all these space shows that was coming out at the time. Everybody was trying to cash in on Star Trek. Star Trek was the shit.
Occurring at scales so large you can barely hope to comprehend them, let alone affect them. Some of those events.
But all right. I like that scenario. We just us, right? We us. We not even in Starfleet. We are a civilian. But I want to flip that around. I'm joining Starfleet. I don't want to be on Earth where the Borg show up and start killing people. I don't want to be on Earth when the shapeshifters motherfucking infiltrate. I'd rather be with Starfleet. Because either way it go, you're going to blow the fuck up anyway. Whether you fighting an alien ship or you got to deal with an alien invasion. But I like this scenario. We just ourselves dealing with the bullshit. It's all good. Let's go.
It'd be pretty scary. For example, the attempted invasion of the Borg. One big-ass cube from an alien species most people in the Federation had probably heard of, destroying an entire fleet of ships, almost succeeding at conquering Earth. That might get you wishing you'd settled in a different temporal neighborhood, huh? Nope. Let's not forget the Klingon Civil War. It doesn't last long, and the Federation's involvement in it is minimal, but it seems like it would shake up.
I'm like, it's like a Klingon would love my attitude. It's like, yo, man, you make a good fucking Klingon. I'm like, you damn right. Today is a good day to die. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I earned my house in the fucking Klingon Empire for sure. The House of Kane. The House of motherfucking Kane. Kapla. Kumasha Vanta. Worf Worf and Jadzia Dax was fucking until they broke all their fucking bones. I don't see how that's possible. How can you fuck till your bones break? But I keep on forgetting they both aliens. But a human would be dead.
The whole peaceful utopia vibe this era's got going on otherwise. Plus, there's the second attempted Borg invasion that happens.
I'll go there and I will live. I will go there and I will fucking live. You gotta put it together and start acting like professionals. I ain't gonna be like, nah, crazy ass. I'm gonna be motherfucker, motherfucker do it, I'm gonna do it. Like if I was under Cisco's command, I'll listen to Cisco. We gotta put it together and start acting like professionals. But if I was the captain, I would be like, we gotta put it together and start acting like professionals. But captain, blah! Everyone fights, no one quits. You disobey me, I'll shoot you. Do y'all fucking get me? Yes, we fucking get you, sir. Star Trek Troopers. Rated R. Starts Friday.
Like 5 years after the first one. And then, once you've lived through the TNG years and entered the period where all major events suddenly revolve around some space station halfway across the galaxy called Deep Space Nine, shit really starts to go sideways. First, Starfleet and other Federation institutions are infiltrated by evil shapeshifters from the far end of the galaxy. At one point, this results in the end of peaceful relations between the Federation and the Klingons. At another, it leads to a global power outage on Earth and Starfleet briefly taking direct control of the planet from these.
And I hope everything cool. I will talk about DS9.
Your shift at the job you voluntarily chose to improve your own life and the lives of all people on Earth. Bridge painting robot repair technician. I sketched out your backstory a little bit. I hope you don't mind. Second, and related to the evil shapeshifter.
Yeah, he gave us a job, bridge repair robot technician. But we was working, like we'll be doing what we love. I'll be making music, making art, making literature, and then I'll join Starfleet. It's like, all right, I did everything. I left my mark on the planet. Now it's time to go to the stars. Simple. And Vonta's like, you smart as nails, mister. Baby, you gotta roll with me. It's like, shit. I need you. I need you at the helm. I need you running down the ones and zeros in the warp core. My chief engineer. You're the only reason why the plane fly. Why the ship fly. Whatever ship we in, no matter. But I hate this motherfucking shit. I really fucking do. We almost done, man.
Filtration thing. The biggest war ever happened. Federation's old enemy. Well, newer old enemy. The Cardassians joined the Dominion. That's the Empire ruled by those evil shapeshifters, in case you're somehow watching this video while not already knowing that. And before you can say inter arma enim silent legis, way before you can say that, it always takes me a couple of tries, and I had 2 years of Latin in high school. Outer space has become one great big battlefield. The war never directly reaches Earth or even seems to come very close to it. All the major battles we hear about or see depicted on Deep Space Nine take place in or near Bajoran and Cardassian territory.
Exactly. So even when we in the DS9 era, as a human, nothing fucks with Earth. This is why I say we would know that we're fucked if the Dominion Jemadar, Breen, or Kardashian shows up and be like, y'all lost the war. This planet is ours. And they start executing people and putting everybody else in camps. That's when we know we lost. But during the Dominion War, we good on Earth. We chilling. We just listening to the news. Damn, some more motherfuckers died. 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 Yay, we won, y'all. Hey, party on Earth. That's what we're going to be going through on Earth. Hearing the news about the Dominion War. I understand what Cisco had to go through, giving those death reports. I understand what everybody had to go through, losing friends and loved ones. I understand when I start writing this motherfucking script, when I motherfucking fight the Dominion.
But at one point, the Dominion captures Beta Z, a Federation world, and positions itself for possible strikes against major Federation planets like Vulcan and Tellar, original home of that amazing pork barbecue chain during the Lost Era, possibly, and Alpha Centauri, which is a little close to home. It's 4 light years from Earth, which is a long way from.
But it's still not Earth. You attacking everybody else and attacking a motherfucker that's like next door who gives a shit. It's not Earth. So we are still atmosphere. We're fucked. It's
us, but in Star Trek terms, that's right next door.
They all should have died. I would have let 31 that immunogenic virus and kill everybody. Odo, you're gonna have to live with this shit. I'm sorry. Your race gotta die. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Odo. Don't put me in charge. Don't get I'ma do. I feel like Andre 3000 off of Be Cool. It's like, all right, they don't give me no gun. Y'all know what I'm gonna do with that motherfucker. Oh man. God damn. Is my shit fucking up still? Oh. Fuck. It's not even. Let's see if I can probably go back. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, it froze. And I'm afraid of leaving out and coming back in that it don't let me back in again. God damn, because it did that shit before. Wow, as soon as I mention that, then it pops back up. Somebody's watching me, y'all. Oh, fuck this. Fuck all this. Right after I say that, then it pops up. Oh, fuck this. Fuck this. I'm going to kill every last one of you motherfuckers at YouTube, CIA, DOJ, FBI, CIA, all you fuckers. I want y'all to hear this. Hear me loud and clear, you bitch ass faggots. I'm going to kill you all, allegedly. Because I'm who y'all fucking afraid of any fucking way. my shit was just frozen. Right after I said this shit, they bring all my shit back because it froze you. It froze you when you said yes, but there was still oh yeah. I gotta make a contingency plan because like these motherfuckers on some other shit. I need to slap my information to at least 3 or 4 people. Vonta, you are one of them. If anything happened to me, I need you to let everybody know. Real shit. They call it paranoia. I call it being a fucking realist. And I don't believe in coincidences. My shit was just fucking frozen. My shit was just fucking frozen and like for a hot minute. And as soon as I said, like mentioned it, they brought it back. I'm gonna fuck YouTube up. Google headquarters is built inside of the stadium, so I might have to fuck up half of my motherfucking Little Caesars to destroy Google. But let's get back to it.
Centauri would be like having the Nazis invade Canada. Can you imagine that? Why would the Nazis even bother invading Canada? What a waste of time when there are so many of them here already. They control all 3 branches of our federal government. What more do they want? Leave Canada alone, you fucking Nazis. Anyway, the Dominion never actually...
Steve, you my nigga for that. It was like, fucking Nazis. It's like they already hold 3 branches of our fucking government. Leave Canada alone.
invades Alpha Centauri, or poses a serious direct military threat to Earth, but there is a point where the tide of the war turns against Starfleet, and it looks like the Federation might lose the war. I can't imagine that would be very good for Earth. And sure, like most of the other crises I've talked about in this video, everything works out okay. The Federation does win the war in the end, but not before millions of people have died in the effort. That might not be something you'd want to live through if you had all of imaginary history to choose from.
But we will still live in that time. It's just like, it's not just because it's our favorite show. It's because it was a fun time. There was never a dull day. On the USS Enterprise of TNG with Picard, it was peaceful until y'all ran into something. On Star Trek with Kirk, you know, it was cool. It was little skirmishes here and there, you know, but like overall, it felt peaceful. When it came to Voyager, it was like we had to be family because we all stuck out here. So we all got to deal with what we call cabin fever. Everybody, cabin fever is real, people. Real shit. Watch The Real World. Cabin fever is how long can you be up under a person's presence? Up under one roof, 6, 7 people. But when it comes to a starship, it's thousands, hundreds of thousands of people working together, living together, got to see each other every fucking day, talk to each other every fucking day. You know, if you don't really fully love that motherfucker or really highly like a motherfucker, you're going to have cabin fever. If y'all don't share common interests, you're going to have cabin fever. Real shit. And like, this what made The Real World good because like everybody was different people, different walks of life. They cabin fever came maybe like 4th or 5th episode because you know they got to fight each other. But then like you come to a realization of what they don't like, what they do like, what they hate, what they love, you know, and then you find out there is common ground somewhere and everybody can work together and be friends and not be fake. But at the end of some of those seasons, I seen a nigga open up a fucking taxi door and slap a bitch and close the door back. I was like, he hated that bitch from beginning to end. That's real. Yeah, this not work because it was so big and always had lots going on. Right, it was never a dull day. It was something going on the promenade, something going on at Quirks, something going on in the holodeck. you know, or Cisco is in a Defiant with his senior staff go blow up some shit, you know, or there's a motherfucking side story with Kira, side story with Bashir, side story with O'Brien, side story with Garrick, side story with motherfucking about Dax and Wolf was going so crazy. Cisco had to pull him to the side. It's like, those are motherfucking Starship uniforms you're wearing, not Klingon uniforms. Now get out. Like, yo, I know I got the line wrong, but still though, it was never a damn DS9, never.
Things settled down a bit as we move from the mid-24th century of the TNG DS9 Voyager era into the late 24th century and early 25th century era, seen in Star Trek Picard, Star Trek Prodigy, and Star Trek Lower Decks. There's nothing to match the prolonged upheaval and widespread devastation of the Dominion War, but there are a bunch more of those pesky short-term crises that threaten to destroy all of existence until they are eventually resolved. Thanks to meddling by Romulan secret agents, androids working on Mars go rogue and wage a planet-wide attack that sets the Martian atmosphere on fire, kills almost 100,000 people, and destroys the main Starfleet shipyard. As a result of that, the Federation bans synthetic life forms, and Starfleet radically scales back its operations, including a planned operation to help evacuate the population of Romulus, whose sun is about to go supernova. Oh, and then the Romulan sun does go supernova, killing, I'm guessing, billions of people, and turning the surviving Romulans into refugees. Then, like 10 years after all that, a bunch of surviving synthetic life forms living on their own planet decide that organic life is too much of a threat to their existence, so they call in an alliance of more highly evolved synthetic organisms to exterminate all organic life in the galaxy. But then they change their mind at the last minute, and that doesn't happen, which is for the best for everyone. That doesn't happen, which is for the best for everyone. Let's see what else. Oh, a fleet of starships controlled by an evil AI goes rogue and has to be destroyed, and then a couple of years later, a weapon secretly implanted in a Starfleet ship by an evil time-traveling mine owner and child slaver transmits a computer virus that causes infected ships to go rogue and destroyed. And then 15 years later, the Borg take control of a bunch of ships, causing them to go rogue and attack Earth until the Borg cube send signal or whatever is destroyed.
We rather live in DS9 because after our era, shit has been crazy. What's the words of that lady? Sheer fucking hubris.
So there was a lot of that sort of thing going on. And there was another evil shapeshifter infiltration thing happening as part of that last compromised ships go rogue deal as well. You know what? Just skip the late 24th and early 25th century. You can do better. And after that, there's another
fuck the bullshit. And I don't like the story that they gave Q. Like Q was dying and shit. Q is not supposed to die. I don't like that story plot point ever. I don't like it. I don't like it. Q is a fucking god. He's not supposed to die. But I understand everything has a beginning, has an end. All things must come to an end. The purpose of life is death. I understand. But the way they brought Q in Star Trek, he's not supposed to die. Y'all made him too OP. Y'all made him too OP for him to have that storyline of him dying. No, I hated that. I hated that. Because you let me know that the Q continues really just a whole bunch of asshole dictators, you know, when like they supposed to have a purpose. And if the purpose is to test species, rather it's humanity, aliens, or whatever, then they supposed to keep living. They can have their power stripped from them, but they still supposed to still be living. You know, they got their test too. If they fuck up, they get their power stripped from them and they get it back. Bye bye. But now they die? Like, no. Fuck the bullshit. Now, Guinan race is the better race. Don't get me wrong. Guinan and Q's race, they had their civil wars and battles. But it's like, y'all made the Q weak. You know, fuck the bullshit. Fuck the bullshit. If anything, what y'all have done with Q is upgrade him to now he's on a higher council of the continuum, not kill him. Like, oh my god. You upgrade, give him a better prominent role, or he should have came and be like, Picard, this is why I'm really truly fucking with you. You are the hope of the fucking universe, and I knew it since the moment I laid eyes on you. So I put you through these trials and tests to make you think you are. You are here to help save the fucking day. And I'm here to watch over that. And play my little games from time to time. You know, this is the time you got to tell the truth. The trial never ends, Picard, but I am going to tell you the truth on why I'm fucking with you. And maybe we can have an understanding and clarity, because there's no more games now. Shit is at stake. You know, it could have been on some shit like that. You know, I would have wrote a better shit for Q. He's beyond time. Exactly. He's beyond time and space and been reality at will. And y'all saying he's dying, kiss my ass. Pause.
Longer Lost Era, though we don't call it the Lost Era, since the Lost Era is already called the Lost Era. We don't really call it anything, and we don't know much of anything about it either. At some point,
Q should be Q in any fucking time. Yes. And I need to expand on the other character that took Wesley. You know, that guy like time traveler motherfucker that took Wesley out from that shit when he froze time and everybody was in the middle of a fight, and he froze time and he took Wesley out and he started everything back up. I'm like, God damn, I can't say shut up Wesley no more, because Wesley about to be a god after this. I don't even know what the fuck happened to Wesley. I need to go look at the motherfucking research and the fucking dialogue when Wesley got taken away with that time traveling motherfucking god-like being, whatever the fuck that motherfucker was. I don't remember. That's some powerful shit. Like, you know, I'm like, damn. I'm like, you know, like, why the Q didn't take Wesley? You know? The Traveler, yes, that episode was crazy. Fucking, I'm like, where is Wesley? I'm talking about like this was on some Cisco shit. You know, like Cisco left his fucking left his girl and son for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to expand on Wesley's story. We need to expand on Cisco's story. You know? Do Cisco got... I'm like, if I can't clap no cheeks in the realm of the gods, I'm going back home. And I come back and do some paperwork. One of y'all bitches turned into my wife. Did that? I'm like, man, why I be doing my... He's a white lighter. He's supposed to be kicking ass and taking about some zombies, and you know, and her boyfriend was so loving and caring. He put a gun on that bitch. He said, "Here you go, baby." She was barely trying to walk, but he started off with a motherfucking chair stool, though. She had to work with that. But when he got that motherfucking assault rifle with that motherfucking missile launcher on that bitch, really? Fuck you too. But anyway, when Rosie McGowan had that motherfucking gun for a leg and start killing those zombies, that shit was awesome. Watch the movie Planet Terror.
Starfleet, along with other galactic powers, gets super into time travel, leading to temporal wars in the 29th century that we hear mentioned and catch occasional glimpses of in Star Trek Voyager and Star Trek Enterprise. How much would these conflicts affect the lives of simple bridge weatherproofing drone programmers such as yourself? I cannot say. By the 29th century, painting robots are obsolete, and therefore there's not much demand for repair technicians, hence the career change.
Yep.
past the
Yeah, he still gave us a job. This why me personally, can nothing I do outside of Starfleet being Starfleet. You know, music, art, literature, that's not Starfleet. So like this is why I said, like, when I get into Starfleet and the security, I gotta motherfucking, you know, like be motherfucking. Oh, that's some bullshit. Let me just get back to it. And then
9th century, we don't know much until the late 32nd century, which is the primary setting for the last 3 seasons of Star Trek Discovery. Though originating in the 23rd century, the crew of the show's hero ship, the USS Discovery, jumps over 900 years into the future as part of the plan to prevent Control from wiping out all sentient life in the galaxy. If you forgot, that was like 5 or 6 evil rogue AIs back. This era will also be the primary setting for the upcoming Starfleet Academy. The late 32nd century comes from Discovery, and going by that, conditions seem too obvious thing to say, but during the mid-24th century era of TNG, DS9, and Voyager, life in the Federation seemed homogeneously comfortable and pleasant. Unless it was a time of war or crisis, or you were in an especially rugged, inhospitable location, if you lived on a sure, Earth in particular, we see appear to be nicer than average, but the average seems pretty high, and that high quality of life seems to be evenly distributed. In the 32nd century, the other Earth still seems pretty nice. Federation.
With my fucking phone. And I shouldn't be having no fucking problems with no. And I shouldn't be having no fucking problems with no fucking phone, man. Fuck the bullshit. I paid all this money for this. Only got minutes left for this shit. I'm trying to motherfucking get through this shit. I'm tired, man. Fuck this shit, man. Let me know if y'all hear me, man. Let me try this shit again.
Which pulverizes multiple planets and directly threatens Earth before it is stopped after the crew of Discovery locates the highly advanced alien species responsible for creating it and asks them nicely to knock it off. So another terrifying but short-lived threat to life as we know it kind of makes you nostalgic for the 23rd and 24th centuries when this kind of thing was happening all the time, huh? I mean, unless you had to live through it, which is the perspective of this video, so forget I said that. Like I said, life on Earth in the 32nd century still seems pretty nice. The planet is isolated and wary of outsiders when the Discovery crew first arrives, but that's quickly phased out as warp travel resumes and the Federation begins rebuilding itself. And again, yeah, the burn and its aftermath and the threat of the DMA would be extremely stressful events, I imagine, but its depiction in Discovery gives the impression of life on Earth being, generally speaking, pretty good. It's hard to tell what impact these events on the lives of ordinary people like you, a humble bridge-painting robot repair technician. They switched back to the robots after the AI controlling the drones. Going to spend time on in this video. And the question, which one would you want to live in if that were possible? Your answer to that question might reveal you. Because while I've been describing these various eras with the assumption that you would choose to live in the one you found the most comfortable or inviting or secure, you could base your choice on something else because you think maybe you'd be able.
In that, that's gonna be the premise of my Star Trek story. How can I put it? If I'm about to become captain, like I already got to be on the ship being a commander. So I would have to write a story. I'm already a commander. Just got into like a little scuffle with some motherfuckers, and I earned my way to becoming a captain. Get ready to fight in the Dominion War. So first season with me being a commander, second season Dominion War, third season post-Dominion War, fourth season we get to ride out and do some other shit. So I might end up doing five seasons of Star Trek. Oh. All I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. Please be true. In other words. All right, man, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm gone. Fuck it. I'm gone.